What if I told you the future isn't set in stone? What if you could actually see the patterns? And what if understanding a hidden cosmic rhythm could unlock that ability for you? Today, we're diving deep into a spiritual secret. It's called the Law of Rhythm. Most people have no idea this even exists, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. And in the next few minutes, you'll discover how to tap into it. Plus, I'll reveal a simple technique that can help you predict upcoming events in your own life. Stick around, because this changes everything. Section 1, the setup. The universe is constantly moving, it's not static. Think about it. The planets orbit the sun, seasons change every year. Even your own heartbeat follows a rhythm. This isn't just a coincidence. Ancient cultures understood this deeply. They built entire civilizations around cosmic cycles. They watched the stars. They charted the moon. They saw these cycles everywhere. They believed that understanding these rhythms was key to living in harmony. They knew that everything, absolutely everything, pulsed with its own unique beat. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, there's a beat, a vibration, a flow. This is the law of rhythm. It's hidden in plain sight. Most people just don't recognize it. They live their lives without seeing the underlying pulse. They're caught in the day-to-day. They miss the grander dance. But you're different. You're here because you're searching for more. You feel there's something bigger at play. You're right. Picture this: a vast ocean. The waves are constantly coming in and going out. They rise and fall. They have a predictable pattern. You can see the rhythm in the water. Now imagine your life is like that ocean. There are ebbs and flows, times of high energy, times of low energy, times of growth, times of rest. The law of rhythm suggests these aren't random. They are part of a larger cycle. They are predictable. Ancient texts, like the Emerald Tablet, speak of this. They hint at universal laws. Laws that govern creation. Laws that govern manifestation. The law of rhythm is one of these foundational principles. It's been whispered about for centuries. It was a secret held by mystics. It was almost lost. But it's resurfacing now. Because we need it. We need to understand the currents of life. We need to navigate them, not just be tossed about. Stop. Think about this. Have you ever had a period where everything just felt right? Things flowed easily. Opportunities appeared. And then, other times, no matter what you did, it felt like hitting a wall? That's the law of rhythm at play. You were likely in sync with a positive cycle, or out of sync with a challenging one. It's not about good or bad luck, it's about understanding the underlying rhythm. Let's call her Ilara. Back in 2018, Ilara lived in Seattle, Washington. She was an artist. She felt stuck. Her creative energy was low. Her sales were down. She felt like she was just treading water. She started studying ancient numerology and astrology. She learned about planetary cycles. She noticed a pattern. A specific lunar phase seemed to coincide with her creative blocks, and a certain planetary alignment always preceded a surge in inspiration. She started tracking these rhythms. She began to adjust her creative schedule. She'd push hard during peak energetic periods. She'd focus on rest and planning during lower periods. Within 6 months, her art sales doubled. Her inspiration flowed like never before. She wasn't forcing it anymore. She was working with the cosmic rhythm. She told me her life felt like a dance, a beautiful, predictable dance. But that's not even the strangest part. Section 2, the deepening. This is where it gets really interesting. Scientists are starting to notice these patterns too, not in art sales, but in fundamental physics. Quantum mechanics talks about wave-particle duality. Everything vibrates. Everything has a frequency. Even you. Your body is a symphony of rhythms. Your brain waves, your heartbeat, your breath, these are all rhythms. The law of rhythm suggests that these internal rhythms interact with external cosmic rhythms. It's like tuning a radio. If your internal frequency is off, you can't pick up the signal. You can't manifest your desires. You're just static. This is the forbidden knowledge, the kind they don't want you to know. Because if you can tap into your own rhythm, you become powerful. You become unstoppable. Imagine you're standing on a beach. The tide is going out. You can try to swim against it. It's exhausting. You barely move. Or you can wait. You can let the tide carry you out. Then, when the tide turns, you ride the incoming wave back to shore. Effortlessly. That's the law of rhythm. It's about timing. It's about flow. It's about working with the natural currents of the universe, not against them. Think about financial markets. They have cycles. Boom and bust. They follow predictable patterns. Even weather systems. They have cycles. Storms build. They break. They dissipate. It's all rhythm. This isn't magic. It's cosmic mechanics. Declassified government programs like Project Stargate explored remote viewing. They looked for ways to perceive information outside of normal senses. Some of the most successful remote viewers reported sensing underlying energetic patterns. They described seeing flows or currents of energy. They saw the rhythm. They could predict events. One remote viewer, Joseph McMoneagle, documented many successful predictions. He worked for the U.S. military. He saw these patterns. He could describe future events. He saw the rhythm. He was using this law of rhythm, likely without even knowing the name for it. He was sensing the cosmic pulse. He was predicting what was coming. He was seeing the inevitable. This changes everything you thought you knew about free will versus destiny. It suggests a blend. You have free will within the existing rhythms. You can choose to ride the wave or fight it. But the wave is coming. Remember this detail, it'll be important later. The idea of resonance. When your internal rhythm matches an external one, you resonate. And that's when things happen. Let's call him David. David lived in Austin, Texas. It was roughly 2015. He was a software engineer. He felt deeply unfulfilled. He wanted to start his own business, but he was terrified. He kept putting it off. He felt a constant sense of dread. He'd read about manifestation. He tried affirmations. Nothing worked. He felt stuck in a low vibration rhythm. He was resisting the change. He was fighting the outgoing tide. One day, he stumbled upon a book about ancient cycles. He learned about personal year numbers based on his birthday. His current year number was a 9. In that system, a 9 year is about endings. It's about release. It's not a time to start new ventures. It's a time to finish things, to let go. He realized he was trying to start something new during an ending cycle. He was fighting the rhythm. He stopped pushing. He focused on closing out old projects. He prepared for the next cycle. The next year was a 1 year, a year of new beginnings. He felt a surge of energy. He launched his business. It took off immediately. He finally understood. He wasn't unlucky, he was just out of sync. He learned to dance with the rhythm, not against it. Section 3, the evidence. Now let's connect this directly to you. Have you ever noticed how certain periods of your life feel like a breakthrough, like doors just opening? And other times, it's like wading through mud? You're trying so hard, but nothing moves. That's the law of rhythm. It's not about effort, it's about timing. It's about alignment. It's about resonating with the cosmic pulse. Think about your own life. When have you felt most in flow? What was happening then? What was the feeling in the air? Most people have no idea they're living by these cycles. They think it's just random luck or fate. But there's a hidden pattern, a deep, underlying rhythm. If you're still watching, you're probably sensing something deeper. You feel that pull, that understanding is dawning. It's like a fog is lifting. You start to see the currents. You start to see the waves. And you realize you can surf them. You don't have to be a victim of circumstance. You can become a co-creator. Scientists accidentally discovered something similar in biology. They found circadian rhythms. Your body has an internal clock. It dictates sleep. It dictates hormone release. It dictates energy levels. This is a biological rhythm. But what if there are larger rhythms? Cosmic rhythms that influence our biology and our destiny. Harvard University has done studies on biological rhythms. They show how even subtle environmental changes can affect our internal clocks. This suggests a deep connection, a connection between the outer universe and our inner selves. It's not just theory. Documented cases prove it. Let's call her Maria. Maria lived in New Orleans, Louisiana. It was around 2019. She was struggling with a chronic illness. Doctors couldn't figure it out. She felt weak and tired, constantly. She was deeply depressed. She felt disconnected from everything. She started exploring alternative healing. She discovered a system that mapped personal energy cycles based on birth date and cosmic transits. She learned that a specific planetary transit was occurring. It was known to be a challenging period for her innate energy type. It was a period of breakdown before a breakthrough. She was in the out phase of a major rhythm. She was resisting the process. She was fighting the inevitable ebb. She learned to embrace it. She focused on healing, on rest, on acceptance. She stopped fighting the illness. She started working with her body's rhythm. She visualized her body cleansing. She saw the stagnant energy leaving. Picture this. You're standing in a dense forest. Sunlight struggles to break through the canopy. It's dark, oppressive. This is what her illness felt like. Then, you notice a small clearing. A single shaft of golden light shines down. It illuminates a single, perfect flower. It's pulsing with gentle light. This is the shift. She started to feel that light. Within a year, her symptoms significantly reduced. She felt a new vitality. She understood her body was going through a natural cycle of release. She rode that wave of change. She didn't cure herself with a pill. She healed herself by aligning with her deepest rhythm. It was a profound shift. It was seeing the pattern and working within it. Section 4, the revelation. So what is the biggest secret? The truth they don't want you to know. It's this. You can predict your future by understanding and aligning with the law of rhythm. It's not about fortune telling. It's about energetic forecasting. It's about knowing when to push and when to pull back, when to plant seeds and when to harvest, when to rest and when to act. Your body already knows this. Your intuition is constantly picking up on these rhythms. You just need to learn to decipher the signals. The veil is lifting. You're starting to see it. You're starting to feel it. This changes everything. It gives you agency. It gives you control. You're not just a passenger, you're the navigator. Ancient civilizations knew this. They built their lives around these cycles. They understood the power of timing. They could predict harvests. They could predict societal shifts. They lived in harmony with the cosmic dance. And you can too. How do you do it? It's simpler than you think. Here are 3 practical steps. First, become a rhythm observer. Start paying attention to your own energy levels, your moods, your creativity, your luck. What patterns do you see? Do certain days of the week feel better? Certain phases of the moon? Certain times of the month? Keep a journal. Note down when you feel most inspired, when you feel most drained, when opportunities seem to flow easily, when things feel blocked. Just observe without judgment. Second, learn about universal cycles. There are many systems for this. Numerology, astrology, lunar cycles, even historical cycle theories. Find one that resonates with you. It doesn't have to be complicated. Start with the basics, like understanding the phases of the moon, or identifying your personal year number in numerology. This gives you a framework, a map for the rhythms. It helps you see the larger patterns beyond your daily experience. Third, practice conscious alignment. Once you start to see the rhythms, you can align with them. If you notice a period of low energy coming, don't push yourself to the max. Rest. Prepare. Conserve your energy. If you sense a period of high opportunity approaching, be ready. Put yourself out there. Take action. It's like catching a wave. You don't force the wave. You position yourself, you paddle, and then you ride. This is the power of the law of rhythm. It's about working with the universe, not against it. It's about conscious participation. It's about becoming a master of your own energetic flow. It's about knowing when to act and when to simply be. Remember David, who launched his business in his 1 year. He didn't force it in the 9-year. He aligned. He waited. And then he acted. Alara, the artist, scheduled her intense creative work during peak periods. Maria, who healed from illness, embraced the stead of fighting it. They all used the law of rhythm. They saw the pattern. And they chose to align. This information was almost lost. It was buried in ancient texts. It was hidden in esoteric traditions. But now, it's coming back. Because we need it more than ever. We need to reconnect with the natural pulse of life. We need to stop fighting against the current. We need to learn to surf the waves of destiny. It's time to step into your power. It's time to use the law of rhythm to predict and shape your future. Section 5, the closing. So what are the profound implications of this? You're not just living life randomly. You're dancing to a cosmic beat. And you can learn the steps. You can influence the music. You can predict where the dance is going. This understanding gives you an incredible advantage. It's like having a weather forecast for your life. You know when to prepare for a storm. You know when to expect sunshine. You can navigate the ups and downs with grace. And with intention. You've felt these rhythms, haven't you? You've sensed them. You're not crazy for thinking there's more to life than what we see on the surface. There is. And the law of rhythm is your key to unlocking it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. The world starts to look different, more ordered, more meaningful, more predictable. But here's the question. What if the law of rhythm isn't just about predicting the future? What if it's about creating it? What if by aligning with the right rhythms you can actually draw your desires to you? And if you think that's incredible, wait until you hear about the next level. There's a related concept. It's called the law of cycles. It's even more powerful. It explains how to break negative patterns and initiate new, powerful cycles of success and abundance. We'll explore that next time. But for now, start with rhythm. Start observing. Start aligning. You're on the verge of a major breakthrough. You're starting to see the hidden patterns. You're starting to feel the cosmic pulse. It's an exciting time. The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. By understanding the rhythm. By dancing with the flow. By aligning your own energy with the grand cosmic symphony. It's a beautiful dance, isn't it? A dance you're already a part of. You just need to learn the steps. And the first step is awareness. What rhythm are you in right now? And what will you do with this knowledge? Think about it. The universe is waiting for your next move.